In this video, we are going to take a look at an application of work of a force formula. So for the work of a force, we've got two different formulas that normally are used in the course. Number one is the formula through the dot product. So this would be something like so let me just show you right here. So this would be this formula. So this is work is force dot with the displacement vector, where P is the initial point and Q is the final point. But there is also another alternative formula, which is magnitude of each one. So magnitude of the force multiplied by the displacement. In other words, how far did the object move during the time when the force was acting on it, and then multiplied by the cosine of the angle between the force and the movement. So that's what this question is all about on the second formula. So this would be this one right here. All right, so this says a child is pulling a wagon with a force having a magnitude of 8 pounds, and the angle is 55 degrees with the direction of motion and the force, right? So we can see on the picture the angle is 55 degrees. And the child exerts a force of 8 pounds, but the wagon is moved 50 feet. Okay, so what do we know? We know that the magnitude of the force is equal to 8. We also know that the displacement, which is like PQ, in the formula, so from the initial point to the terminal point, the displacement is 50 feet. And we also know the angle, let's call that theta, that's 55 degrees. So we are just applying the formula here. So we're just taking 8, we're going to multiply that by 50 and multiply that by cosine of the 55 degrees. And that's going to be the force. By the way, in this case, force is going to be measured in foot-pounds. So sometimes force is measured depending on unit of measurement. This could be Newton meters, which is joules, and sometimes it's feet pounds, which is just feet pounds. Okay, so let me show you how to compute that using the Desmos calculator. Okay, so now one thing that you should be always very careful about is whether the calculator is in degrees or radians every time you're using trig functions. So if this is 55 degrees, which is obviously degrees, this is correct setting. So you can see that degrees, like looking at you right now, whereas if you click on it, this is now radians, okay? So be careful, because obviously your answer will be completely wrong if you don't set correctly. So this is going to be 8 multiplied by 50 multiplied by cosine of 55 degrees. So that tells me that that's going to be 229, approximately 229 feet pounds.